beautiful night here in Bristol, Tennessee, as the clouds have started to part. The sun's coming out right before it goes down here. We're at Tennessee High tonight as the Vikings take on the Trailblazers from Daniel Boone. They've come all the way over from Gray?
Yeah.
Gray, okay,
Gray.
yeah. And just for the record, because I know some of our friends are watching us on Facebook, Daniel Boone is not DB, they are Boone.
That's right.
I just want to get that out of the way in case Kenley Blevins is watching us, which I know she is. She would always try to pass off Daniel Boone. She goes, yeah, I went to DB. It's like, no, you didn't, sweetheart. You went to Boone. Speaking of that, here's Michael Braddock. I'm Ruben Ferry. Leslie Blevins will be with us here in just a few minutes. Mike, tell us about this game a little bit.
Well, one of these teams is not like the other tonight.
That is,
and you've got
that
Tennessee
is the kindest
High.
way you could say that.
Tennessee High is coming in riding a win streak. They are riding high. They're going to the playoffs already. Daniel Boone winless on the season. They're 0-9, and their offense just really has struggled all year to find any sort of consistency or anything like that. So Daniel Boone's got some stuff to play for. Nobody wants to go winless, especially this is the last game of the season for them. But at the same time, they've got a steep uphill climb against this great Tennessee High Viking team.
So you're saying that there's a chance that they could be a spoiler tonight and not. You're not saying that at all.
That.
I am saying that. Our friend Leslie Blevins is over here. Leslie?
Thanks so much, guys. I'm here with Coach Enzer. So basketball season is right around the corner. So that means the Classic is coming up. Let's talk about it.
Well, this year it's our 41st year of having the Classic. And we're really excited about because we got a bunch of new teams that's coming in from California, Utah, Texas, Florida. I mean, they're just from everywhere. So we're really excited about it. And we've got a new sponsor this year, Toyota Bristol, which is going above and beyond, to make sure that our tournament is successful, this year as it's been the last 40 years.
Absolutely, and it's more than just good basketball. It's great basketball on the court, teams competing, but there's more than that.
Right. I mean, we have a three-point contest. We've moved the dunk contest from the semifinals to the second night because a lot of teams are out of the tournament by then, so we get more to participate in it. Plus, we have dancers, we have little kids, that's just doing everything out there.
So it's a lot more. So even if somebody is maybe not so much interested in the basketball, they can come for all of the other things that are going on during the Classic. And you mentioned the 41-year history, and you've been involved really since the beginning.
Yes, I have. I think I'm the only one around, that's been involved all 41 years. So, it's been a great time. I'm really glad, I'm still here to do it.
And this takes place the day after Christmas, correct? Remind me of the dates.
All right, it's the 26th, 27th, the 28th. We're off on Sunday because state will not let us play on Sunday. Then we finish up on the 30th and 31st.
And if someone wants more information, is there a website dedicated directly to the Classic?
There is. We have a website, and we have a lady that puts things on, the internet, and she does a great job. So if you need that, you just go and click on the Classic, and it'll pop up for you.
Awesome. Well, Coach Enzer, thanks so much for stopping by and talking to us about the Classic. If you'd like more information, make sure you check out their website. We'll be back right after this.
Timeless country.
Oh, play me some mountain music.
She said, here's your one chance, fancy, don't let me down.
The good stuff that brings back so many memories. 96.3, The Possum.
And that's why I hang my hat in Tennessee.
96.3, The Possum.
In the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, where the spirit of community runs deep, Bristol, Tennessee Essential Services has been a cornerstone in our area for almost 80 years. Founded in 1945, BTES began with a simple mission: to bring reliable electricity to every home and business in Bristol. Through decades of dedication, innovation, and unwavering service, we've powered dreams and brightened lives. Today, we stand as a testament of progress, offering state-of-the-art services while honoring our rich legacy. Bristol, Tennessee Essential Services, our community's trusted resource for energy and connectivity. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Welcome back to the Possum pregame show, sponsored by 96.3 The Possum here. All of our drone shots here are, of course, sponsored by Danielle Parker. Move smarter with Parker. As you can see here, we're at the historic Stone Castle tonight, newly renovated. And we've got a lot of things going on now. We've got senior night coming up. They're going to do a recognition for the soccer team as well for their state tournament. So, Mike, talk to us a little bit about Tennessee High for tonight and what they're looking forward to, who they might have to play in the playoffs.
Yeah, Tennessee High, they've solidified their spot in the playoffs. Some weird things could happen tonight. If Boone wins and then Crockett beats Sevier County, then that would actually bump up Crockett to third spot, and Tennessee High would fall to the fourth spot. But most likely, Tennessee High is going to finish in the third spot in Region 1 5A. So they will play the loser of Knox West and Knox Powell, which are playing tonight. So they may not know who they're playing by the time the game is over, but they'll know tonight who they will match up at next week, and they will have to travel to that away game.
Well, that's a double-edged sword. You have to play
Right.
a team that starts with Knox. That's never good.
Oh, no.
All right, so what about Daniel Boone here? They've got they're in kind of a rebuilding mode, I'm guessing.
Yeah. They just don't quite have the talent that they've had in previous years, the kind of steady workhorses that they could put the load on to establish their running game. That's kind of their key, but they haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, and their defense has also been leaky, so it's not like their defense is allowing them to stay in these ball games, and it's just been a really rough season for them so far. And they're going up against a Tennessee High team that is playoff ready, and they're playing they're playing the best that they've played all season.
What? All right, well, we got a chance to talk to Coach earlier this week because we do have senior night tonight. Right. And he wanted to talk a little bit about some of his players, talk about senior night. So let's listen to what he had to say.
Great group of seniors. You know, they've kind of endured all this time, been through a couple of head coaches changes. They work hard all day long in the classroom and the weight room all summer. Most of them carry jobs. They're just great kids. We really don't have any trouble out of as the day goes on. It's a conference game, you know, and that's really all that matters over here on Tennessee side. That'll definitely cement our spot as the 3 seed going into the playoffs and keep this thing that we got going rolling a little bit going into the playoffs. I think we're playing really good football right now. We're running the ball well. We're playing great on defense. Special teams is really consistent, so this is definitely the time of the year that you want that, and we have that conversation every single day.
All right, that was Coach Holt there. When we first saw them at the beginning of the season, they weren't firing on all cylinders. We saw them against Sevier County, and that was a pretty tough game for them.
Yeah, Sevier County is a great football team this year. I mean, they are undefeated in conference play, and they are riding super high. They are a really good football team, but they came out of the gate, struggled against Dobbins-Bennett, and then just really didn't even look like themselves. They dropped a close game to Morristown West, which is what cost them a home game in the playoffs.
Right.
But
a game they probably could have won.
Right. Yeah. They definitely should have and could have won that game, but they've won the last 5, and they are really rolling and looking great right now.
All right. Well, we'll be right back after these messages here. We got senior night coming up, soccer recognition coming up as well. So stick around here on Facebook and on BTS Power 7. We'll be right back with some more Possum pregame show on Gridiron Game Day.
Hi, I'm David Wampler. I'm franchisee for Jersey Mike's. We have stores in Bristol, Kingsport, Abingdon, Norton, and soon to have one in Gray, Tennessee. The store that we're in today is located on Volunteer Parkway. We opened this store in July of 2006. Jersey Mike's is a wonderful franchise to be a part of. They're always stressing giving back to the community. We rely on our partnership with BTES because of the high-speed internet that they provide. BTES has always been very responsive to our needs.
5 players make all district. Those players were Chase Wolfenbarger. Raise your hand, Chase, so we can see you. Sophia Streetman. Where are you, Sophia? Okay. Ariana Patterson. Ariana made District Forward of the Year. Lana Lavender, who was District Midfielder of the Year. And Mariah Skeens. Where are you, Mariah? Mariah was the District Keeper of the Year. The players that made the District All-Tournament team were Lana Lavender, Chase Wolfenbarger, Caden Kimmerer, and the tournament most valuable player was Ariana Patterson. The team also finishes as regional runner-up. They won their state sectional game, and for the first time in school history, they won the state quarterfinal game, qualifying them for the Final Four. Some individual school records were broken in the process. Ariana Patterson broke 2 school records. She is now the single-season scoring leader by scoring 58 goals this season. This surpassed the previous record of 39. Ariana's also surpassed the single-season points record with 132 points, beating the previous record of 83. Points are calculated as 2 points for a goal and 1 point for an assist. Lana Lavender also broke a record this year. She broke the single-season assist record with 35 assists, surpassing the previous record of 18. Some notable team accomplishments were that the team won 17 games this season, which ties the school record. They broke the single-season goals record, outscoring their opponents 118-18. And they also broke the school record for average goals scored per game with 5.6. Not only was this team a scoring machine, they also were a defensive powerhouse with 11 shutouts on the season. Congratulations, ladies. Let's hear it for the Tennessee High girls soccer team. Thank you for what you have done for the fall sports program here at Tennessee High.
A lot of great tournament recognition, the farthest they've ever gone, so that's fantastic. Well, we do have also here, kind of behind us and across the field, we're getting ready for senior night as well, and we're trying to see what they got going on down there as well. So, as we said, a lot of stuff going on here tonight. We know that we've got the bands coming up at one band's coming up at halftime. The band is coming up at halftime as well. And I guess if they're posing for a picture at midfield, they're not quite ready for senior night.
No, not yet. But like I said, that soccer team, that was a great ladies soccer team. They had a great year this year, and a group of ladies that have really played together. A lot of these seniors saw starting action as freshmen and sophomores even. So they've gelled together, and that chemistry really showed itself on the field all throughout this season.
Well, they probably came up playing AYSO and YMCA and all those other kind of local leagues around here as well. So it'll be a great cap for their senior season. And I believe we're getting ready to start senior night.
Football to come to midfield at this time. If all fall sport athletes that are not in football could come to, that are getting recognized tonight, if they could come to midfield at this time, we will get started with the senior night stuff momentarily.
Okay, so we got started early with the girls, but we're a couple minutes behind on it, which is just fine. We got plenty of time to get everything in before kickoff tonight as well. So let's talk about quarterback play tonight. We've seen 2 different quarterbacks for Tennessee High. We've got Turner, Elliott, and we got Richardson, number 18 as well. A huge difference in their styles of play.
Yeah. Elliott is a is a runner by trade,
by
really.
First. He's a runner first. Yeah.
And that's great for kind of a wildcat position to where you've got an extra blocker. A lot of times, too, they'll line up one or two backs in the backfield with him so that they can serve as a lead block, almost as a wedge. And Richardson's a little more of a thrower, but last week we saw that he shot off his legs a little bit, too. He can run, but he can also throw the ball really well. He's the future kind of incumbent for next year. And both of these quarterbacks, though, they've really found a good balance. And I think what we talked about was they kind of struggled a little bit to find that consistency in the beginning of the year. And when you got multiple quarterbacks, it can kind of take a little bit to find that groove, but they've really certainly found it.
Well, it's always tough, too, because the players don't know who to, which one of these guys is our leader. So they're just basically whoever's on the field, this is our guy. We saw Richardson also in the slot position a couple times last week as well, so it's really good.
Evening, ladies and
the
gentlemen,
biggest thing about Tennessee
to
High is all their weapons, which I think we're going to get to see tonight. And I believe we have senior night getting ready to start right now.
Fall sport athletes who have not been previously recognized for a senior night. We will begin with our golfers. The first golfer is Bryson Hutton. Bryson is the son of Amber Hurl and stepdad Eric Hurl. Bryson will be attending Southwest Virginia Community College to continue his education and play golf. Next is Owen Jones. Owen is the son of Sarah and Brett Jones. Owen plans to attend college at Appalachian State University or the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. His favorite memories are the many friendships that he's made in golf. Next is Grady Robertson. Grady is accompanied by his parents, Nikki and Bradley Robertson. Grady will be attending the University of Tennessee after high school. His favorite memory was the team finishing second place at the district tournament and qualifying for regionals. Next is Cooper Terry. Cooper is accompanied by his parents, Kim and Fred Terry. Cooper is still undecided on where he will continue his education. His favorite memory is playing golf with his brother and friends. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your senior golfers. Up next, we have our senior cross-country runners. Noah Brolio. Noah is accompanied by his parents, Chris and Angela Brolio, as well as his siblings, Connor, Abby, and Tabitha. His future plans are to major in computer engineering. His favorite cross-country memory is winning the conference this year. Jude Childress. Jude is accompanied by his parents, Tonda and Paul, as well as Chantel Childress and Luke Childress. His future plans are to go to college and run cross-country and track. And he says his favorite memories is being able to run cross-country and track at Tennessee High. Ryan Fish. He's accompanied by his parents, Eric and Gary Ann Fish, and his sister, Lauren. After graduation, he plans to attend college and pursue a major in pre-med. His favorite memory is going to state sophomore year for cross country. Carter Romans. He's accompanied by his parents, Joe and Erica Romans, and his sister, Keaton. After high school, he plans to attend an undecided college and major in pharmacy. His favorite memory from high school is winning the CSI State Championship his junior year. Let's hear it for our senior cross-country runners. And once again, good luck to these guys at the state cross-country meet next week. Now we will introduce our senior cheerleaders. Kaylee Carroll. Walking Kaylee out are her father, Kevin Carroll, her grandparents, Terry and Lowell Carroll, her brother, Nick Carroll, and her boyfriend, Caden Webb. She plans to go to college to get a degree in physical or occupational therapy. Her favorite memory was traveling to the state tournament with wrestling last year. Allison Dye. Also, Emily Dye. They are accompanied by their mom, Tara Dye, and their dad, John, as well as their sister, Caitlin Dye. Plans after high school are to go to school to get a degree in psychology. Allison's favorite memory is cheering Friday night light games with her friends. Emily's favorite memory is cheering and creating friendships on the team. Her plan after high school is to get a degree in nursing. Ebony Little. Walking with Ebony is her mother Amanda, stepdad Kevin, sister Lila, and brother Tyler. Her plan after graduation is to go to college and study to be a pediatric nurse while cheering in college. Her favorite memory at THS was being able to cheer and meeting amazing teammates and coaches. Madison Manahan. Madison is accompanied by her mom, Sybil, her dad, CJ, and her sister, Mason. She plans to go to culinary school next fall. Her favorite memory at THS was at the Dobbins-Benning football game her sophomore year. It was the first game with her coaches, Micah Garrison and Alessa Miller, and her first time really basing at a football game. Georgia Samora. She's accompanied by her parents, Lauren and Brian Samora, and her brother, Ryan. Her plan after graduation is to be a chemistry major and to become a physician's assistant. Her favorite memory is creating the friendships that she currently has with her teammates. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your senior cheerleaders. And now we will introduce our senior football players. Our first senior is number 2, Turner Elliott. He is accompanied by his parents, Wallace and Stephanie Elliott. He is planning to continue his education at the University of Tennessee. His favorite memory is Friday Night Lights with all of his teammates. Our next senior is number 6, Landon Graham. Landon is accompanied by his mom, Ada Buxton, his dad, Jonathan Graham, and his sisters, Brooke, Camille, and Lily. He plans to become a realtor after graduation while he finishes his bachelor's degree in marketing. His favorite memories are enjoying every core fun memory of high school with all of his childhood friends and building lifelong friendships and memories that will last a lifetime. Next is number 8, Killian Leo. He's accompanied by his parents, Jane and George Leo. He plans to attend college for 4 years and serve in the Air Force. His favorite memories are the bonding experiences with the football team. Next is number 10, Trent Dowdell. Trent is accompanied by his parents, Andrea and Jason Powell, and Derek and Allison Dowdell, as well as his grandparents, Linda and Floyd Price, Preston and Jennifer Deal, his uncle, Aaron Dowdell, his cousins, Claire, Preston, and Elena Deal. His future plans include playing football at the next level and also pursuing a career with the TBI. He says that his favorite memories are getting to play football under the castle lights alongside his dad. Number 13, Colson Maddox. Accompanying him are his mother, Breanne Mead, with her husband, Mike Mead, his father, Adam Maddox, and younger brother, Bo Maddox. After graduating, Colson would like to continue his academic and football career at the collegiate level. He says that his favorite memory would have to be those interceptions under the Friday Night Lights, and that football at THS will always recall fond memories for him. Up next is number 25, PJ Cox. He's accompanied by his parents, Tabitha and Philip Cox. PJ plans to graduate early, going into masonry, and his favorite memory from THS is competing in Skills USA for masonry. Number 28, Jackson Norris. He's accompanied by his parents, April and Jared Norris. Jackson will be attending the University of Tennessee to study civil engineering. His favorite memories were freshman year practice with Coach Powers and Coach Bryant playing shirts versus skins. Number 32, Cooper Harris. He's escorted by his mother, Tammy Moore, and his father, Chad Harris, his brother, Carter Harris, and his sisters, Carrot Harris, Cabela Harris, and his grandparents, Don and Donna Michaels. Cooper plans to further his education after graduation, pursuing a double major in kinesiology and U.S. history. At this time, he is undecided where he will attend, but plans to play baseball. His favorite memories while at Tennessee High were during Mr. Richardson's class his freshman year. He would like to thank him for being the best influence on all things related to keeping him from making dumb decisions in high school. He says, except for that one he got shot. Thanks, Cheetah Man. Number 42, Grayson Swaggerty. Grayson is accompanied by his parents, Ben and Jenny Swaggerty, and his siblings, Heath, Lily Ruth, Brant, and Whit. After high school, Grayson plans to study forensic anthropology and pathology. His favorite memory from Tennessee High football is ragtag defense practice during his freshman year. Next is number 51, Mason Campbell. He's accompanied by his parents, Travis and Mandy Campbell, his sister Brianna, and brother-in-law Tyler Reagan, his grandparents, Danny and Trish Hensley, his uncle and aunt, Bobby and Nikki Peters, and his cousins, Liam and Paisley, as well as his second family, Nate, Whitney, Grace, Jack, and Maddie Singleton. Mason plans to attend law school at the University of Tennessee. His favorite memory is during an Arctic fall football practice his sophomore season when the temperature plummeted to sub-zero conditions. He was given all he had and was getting frostbite and his skin was turning blue. Once practice was winding down, Coach Shanks recognized his efforts and gave him the nickname of Smurf. Next is number 52, Ryan Mullins. He's accompanied by his parents, Danny and Amy Mullins, as well as his brothers, Wyatt and Carson. All three Mullins brothers have worn the number 52 jersey for the Vikings since 2015. It was also their dad's and grandfather's jersey number when they were both in high school. Ryan's future goal post-graduation is to attend college and major in a science, possibly environmental science. His favorite THS memory is getting to play alongside his brother Carson in his last home football game in 2021 when he was a freshman and Carson was a senior. Next is number 55, Micah Norton. He's accompanied by his mother, Sarah Freeman, his brother, Nehemiah, and his grandparents, Sherry and Billy Cross. After graduating from THS, he hopes to play football in college and become a successful business owner. His favorite memory from his time at Tennessee High was when we beat Carnes his freshman year and Moochie scored his 60-yard touchdown. Next is number 59, Noah Johnson. He's accompanied by his mother, Nikki Reynolds, his father, Zach Norton, his sister, Kaylee, and his brothers, Ezra, Daniel, and Micah. After graduation, he plans to become a helicopter mechanic for the Navy. His favorite memory from Tennessee High was the first Friday night where he was able to start on the offensive line. Next is number 74, Isaiah Trinkle. He's accompanied by his parents, Jason and Heather Trinkle, his sister Cadence, and his brothers Dylan and Malachi, as well as his grandmother. Isaiah plans to play football in college after graduation. His favorite memory at Tennessee High is hitting 500 on squats in the weight room. And our final senior is number 81, Noah Brolio. He's accompanied by his parents, Chris and Angela Brolio, as well as his siblings, Connor, Abby, and Tabitha. He plans to go to college and major in computer engineering. His favorite memory in football was when he kicked off at the Crockett game and hit a player in the head. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for all of our senior football players and their families. Thank you, men, for all that you have meant to the Tennessee High football program over the last 4 years.
Here on the football field tonight with all the fall sports. You see the football players lining up after they were all announced, and their favorite memories and the plans that they have going into the next level. Some of them wanting to play more football, some of them ready to get off and get back to school, ready to be done with this pigskin thing, Mike.
Yeah, hey, but you know, the whole mantra of Louis Lastic from Remember the Titans, if you're going to be in school, you might as well hit somebody while you're at it.
That's exactly right. So we've got a few different things going on here. We're a little bit ahead of schedule, so let's take a quick look at our 5A player standings while we're waiting on the band to get out here and line up. Or, I'm sorry, our 5A standings, not our 5A. Well, I'm hearing from the booth that we're going to look at key players first.
That's right. So we're going to look at our key players for Daniel Boone. Drew Fleming, running back, number 20. When they do get something going on offense, he is one of the guys that is a key to that cog. They had a pretty good, successful offensive game against Cott County, which was a winnable game for them. And when they're going right, Fleming can find the open spots, the open green grass, and once he hits the open grass, he has the speed to accelerate past that second level of defense. So they are going to have to bottle up one of the weapons that Boone has, force them to go in a different direction, and Fleming is going to be that guy for Daniel Boone. Doing something special tonight. We're going to highlight all of the offensive line as the Boone team comes out on the sideline on the other side. Yeah, this is games are won and lost in the trenches. Kai Allison, Micah Norton, Isaiah Trinkle, Noah Johnson, and Mason Campbell have been absolutely key to the success of the Tennessee High Viking running game, especially on this winning streak. You'll see on our replays and in live action that the running backs have just massive holes to run right through, and it is largely in due part by these offensive linemen, and they are great at pulling with and they'll occasionally pull that left guard over to the right side to add a lead blocker. This offensive line has been a great line all year.
All right, let's take a quick look at our 5A standings while the band is taking their place. We see the mighty Viking band taking the field.
Yeah, and like we said, the 5A standings are solidified on the top 2 spots. Sevier County, undefeated on the season, undefeated in the conference. They have won the conference for all intents and purposes. They play Crockett tonight, and they should win that game outright. But they also have the head-to-head against Morristown West. So even if they lose and Morristown West wins tonight, they've got that head-to-head against them. So they've got the top spot. Morristown West is the second spot. Some movement could possibly happen with that 3rd and 4th spot, but most likely it'll stay right like it is.
All right, let's take a listen to the mighty Viking band.
Prior to the singing of the national anthem by the Tennessee High School Choir, I ask that you rise and remain motionless while we pay tribute to the United States of America. Recognizing that this game is an extension of the classroom learning environment, we will begin our tribute with a moment of silence. As we begin, please remember all the brave men and women serving in our armed forces around the world, and let us remain ever vigilant against the threats to our great nation. Let us also remember our local law enforcement, emergency personnel, and other citizens as they work together to protect and promote our freedoms in this community. As we practice and exercise our freedoms, let us think of freedom not as the right to do as we please, but as the opportunity to do what is right. Let us now proudly display the red, white, and blue. Let us as a nation be resolved that America will always remain one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ladies and gentlemen, let's join together in a moment of silence. Now please focus on the American flag as it is presented on the field by the Tennessee High School Junior ROTC Cadet Corps, followed by the singing of the national anthem by the Tennessee High School Choir.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner
got a
Officials
smaller
for
group than they
tonight's
normally do
game,
for
referee
a football
Adam
game, but they
Buckles,
all did
umpire
very well.
Alan Dotson, linesman Ken Clifton, line judge.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be playing some football here in just a few minutes, so stick around. More Gridiron Game Day here on BTES Power 7.
Timeless country.
Oh, play me some mountain music.
She said, here's your one chance, fancy, don't let me down.
The good stuff that brings back so many memories. 96.3, The Possum.
And that's why I hang my hat in Tennessee.
96.3 The Possum.
Welcome back to our Gridiron Game Day show, pregame by the Possum 96.3. You see all of our drone shots sponsored tonight by Smarter with Parker, Daniel Parker. Move Smarter with Parker. And now we're about to see the Tennessee High Vikings Here come your Tennessee High Vikings coming to the sideline. Running through the giant T on the field. See our captains lined up there on the sideline. More mid-band season as far as competitions go too, so I believe we'll see the full competition show from the band tonight as well.
Yeah, pretty good success by the band so far in the competitions that they've had. They've won their sections and then finished, I know recently they finished second overall to Westridge High School's band, but won the ranking that they compete in.
So again, there's our Boone Trailblazer captains for tonight. Number 18, AJ Burke. Number 20, Drew Fleming. We've also got number 58, Josh Briggs, and number 77, Hunter Riddle. And then for Tennessee High, as the band is marching off right now, we've got number 28, Jackson Norris, number 37, Ryan Pepin, and number 81, Noah Brolio, who was recognized twice on senior night tonight.
That's right, because as a kicker, that you can usually afford to do a few extra things. So he also ran cross country and was recognized for his cross country accolade. So they talked about having a cross country meet next week. Tennessee High is going to play a playoff game next week. So he'll be a busy guy that weekend.
Yeah, one in Knoxville and then one in Nashville. So he will be on the move next week as well.
Guys, welcome to week 11. Good sportsmanship. Play hard, have fun. Nothing foolish out here, all right? What you guys call it? Call it your heads or tails, all right? Let's go, right there! Say heads, all right? You all good? Click on third. Which way you all want to kick? Yeah, this speaker. Yeah, you'll come over here.
Tennessee High has won the toss. They have elected to defer. Going to the clock.
Guys, have a great game. Have a good one. Have a good one. Have a good one. 20. Get that off the 20.
All right, welcome to Gridiron Game Day proper here. As you can see, we're at Tennessee High tonight in the historic, newly renovated Stone Castle. Tennessee High won the toss and decided to defer till the second half. Thanks to all of our friends who tuned in and watched our pregame on Facebook. Thanks to our friends at 96.3 The Possum for sponsoring our pregame show. And thanks for joining us here for our last game tonight on Gridiron Game Day. It's Ruben Ferry, your old pal, here with Michael Braddock, Leslie Blevins down on the sideline. And we're here watching a game that has playoff implications. And Mike gave me a weird look, but it's true.
Technically, it does. Just like mathematically, Sullivan East had a path to the playoffs last night. Unfortunately for them, they weren't able to get it done. Same thing for tonight. But Tennessee High has definitely solidified they are going to the playoffs for sure.
That's right. High driving kick fielded around the 10-yard line, brought out to the 22, where the Trailblazers will take over. We got to see our old friend Chris Steger, formerly of Sullivan Central fame.
Trailblazer.
I think we've got something going on down on the field with one of the refs. Ref was talking to the press box, but then they broke the huddle.
Fixing the play clock. Play clock's still running, or the game clock was still running.
Gotcha. Cole Stevenson is the starting quarterback here for the Trailblazers. And he's got his work cut out for him tonight. Rolling around to his right, has a receiver, not quite able to pull it in on a little out route. That's number 18, that's A.J. Burke for the Blazers. It's going to bring up second down.
Well covered out there on the side. As you see our Sunbelt Rentals, Daniel Boone offense. A few SOs in there, some sophomores, some freshmen, a few juniors. So they do have a few seniors that are playing on this offensive side, but only one offensive lineman is a senior. So a young team.
Cole, man in motion. Handoff inside to Fleming. Fleming looking for a little bit of room to run. Falls forward for about a 5-yard gain there. That's going to bring up third down. That was a decent-sized hole that was opened up for him to go through as well. However, it was closed down pretty quickly by the Vikings.
Yeah, and that's something that we saw from this Tennessee High defense last week, is that their defensive line has been playing stellar throughout this winning streak, but it took them a little bit to kind of get adjusted to the game speed, and they're going to have to come out firing on all cylinders. This is a good kind of litmus test for them to see if they can come up high and establish their dominance up front.
Barton in motion, switch sides on the formation. Cole back to pass. Has a guy downfield who's open. The pass is just a little bit high. That's going to bring up fourth down and about 6 for the Trailblazers. And they're going to want that pass back at some point in time. Pass intended for number 88, Judah Jackson.
Like you said, just a little bit high right there, and Daniel Boone fortunate that did not get picked off. There were a couple of Vikings there in the area, had a shot at it, but it brings up fourth in a punting situation for the Trailblazers.
Fourth down, Sam Randall out to punt. Getting a little bit of pressure, has to move around a little bit, gets his leg underneath it, takes a nice Trailblazer bounce. Goes out near the 40-yard line. Looks like they're going to spot it on the 43. Tennessee High will bring their offense out. They usually start off with Turner Elliott at quarterback. And he's on the field now.
Like we said, Elliott, not necessarily known for throwing. You see just 176 yards of passing on the season with a couple of touchdowns in 9 games. He can break it out when he needs to, though. But predominantly, he's either handing the ball off or he's taking it himself.
Wingback situation here. Handoff inside to Dowdell, who almost broke loose there. He was saved by number 20, Drew Fleming, as he got to the 50-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 7 yards.
Yeah, you said it right. He just about broke it off, as you could see that Tennessee High offense there. And that offensive line has been stellar. Running backs, too. You'll see Dowdell in there. You'll see Elijah Plumbar in there. You'll see Turner Elliott take it himself. Fegan sometimes even lines up in the heavy package to get that ball. And they spread the ball around. They've got talented runners.
Same formation, handoff inside to Dowdell, who does find his way through. This time is out across the 35, hit around the 30, and brought down. Looks like they're going to spot him on about the 27-yard line. That's enough for a Viking first down.
We've said it week in and week out while watching this Tennessee High offense, and Dowdell is hard to bring down. Here's the Daniel Boone defense, and the defensive line has their work cut out for them, as Tennessee High's offensive line is hard to stop.
Play whistle dead. Got a timeout.
Charge, timeout of the half.
Daniel Boone's sideline. They don't like the way they're starting off here.
No, that was interesting. Obviously, somebody not lined up exactly where they're supposed to be. Coach Jenkins calls a timeout. Jenkins has been around for quite a while. We'll talk a little bit more about that here in a little bit.
All right, we'll be right back here in just a few minutes, right after this message, playing some more football here on Gridiron Game Day.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Action back on the field. Elliott tries to keep it himself. Looks like that ball came loose, and the Trailblazers have come up with it. That was a 1st and 10 situation. They took a timeout to talk about it for a second. Number 7, Garrett Diedrich, starting free safety there, is jumping around like he's the one that caused that.
Yeah, we'll take a look at it too. And that's just a bad snap from the start. They didn't even got to Turner Elliott. It just laid right at the center's feet.
Like he laid an egg.
Yeah, and I think he may have just spiked it right to the ground. It kind of whiffed on the snap back to Turner, and that's going to cost them a turnover, and Boone has it pretty much back at where they started the game.
From the 27-yard line, they adjust their formation. Handoff inside, looking for some room to run. Nowhere to go, though. That's number 20, Drew Fleming.
That was great up front pressure by Honaker coming off from the left side. You saw whenever they shifted the two guys over to the left side, you figured that they were going to run to that strong, heavy side. They did that, but Honaker is so quick, he's so fast that he can catch it from the backside and comes up with that tackle. There was Micah Norton was there also up front, causing some pressure.
2nd and 11. Handoff to Fleming, and he runs right into all the defensive ends. What a great job at swarming there by the Tennessee High defense.
Yeah, Dowdell, known as the prolific runner that he is, over 1,000 yards on the season, but he comes up big with a defensive stop right there too. Watch this, a run to the left side, and then Tennessee High is pretty much sniffing it out in the backfield. Dowdell the first one to contact him, and then Honaker kind of comes in on cleanup duty, and Boone not finding anything going right now on offense.
3rd and 14, back to pass. Looking downfield, he's got a guy in and out of his hands. That is an incomplete pass there. Cole Stevenson delivering the ball pretty well. Both of the drop passes were on the money.
Yeah, not a bad ball here. Does a good job of rotating out. And then number 11, Riley Burns, he gets free. This is a well-thrown ball. That's a ball that Burns has got to catch and come down with.
I'm sure that's probably what he's hearing from Stevenson on the sideline as well. 4th and about 13. Punting formation out here. Sam Randall out. He's going to have to move around a little bit because there's going to be a lot of pressure when it comes to that. Fair caught. Not quite able to hang on to it. This is the most offensive production they've had so far tonight. That's going to take them all the way down just on the other side of the 50-yard line as Daniel Boone recovers that. They're going to bring their offense back out on the field.
Yeah, you see Riley Price, he goes in there, signals the fair catch, and it just hits him right in the left shoulder pad. He's usually pretty good return guy there, just kind of misread that, didn't quite get centered up on it, and hit him high up on that left shoulder pad and came loose.
Coach Holt looking on as Stevenson brings his offense back out on the field. Out of the pistol formation, Stevenson play action to Fleming up the middle, looking downfield, trying to find somebody open. He's got a guy just overthrown a little bit. That's number 18, the intended receiver, A.J. Burke.
He has a big target out there too, tight end. He gets loose there on the far sideline, and he had a shot at him. Stevenson had him. He had a couple of steps on the Viking linebackers, but like you said, that ball just delivered a little too high, a little too far out of the reach. And Daniel Boone, so far, the best offense they've had is from their special teams and their defense.
Adjusting the formation, and what you couldn't see also was how well everybody was covered downfield as well. Pitch out to Fleming, tries to get behind a blocker and make something happen. He gets about 2 yards on that carry. That's going to bring up 3rd down for the Trailblazers. Just a little bit outside of the range for their kicker here.
I appreciate your generosity on this November day.
Yeah, All Saints Day. I'm giving it up for everybody.
So yeah, just a quick little pitch out there, but Tennessee High does a great job of controlling the defensive line, controlling the offensive line, not allowing themselves to get blocked out of the play, and stopping the Blazers before they pick up a decent gain.
3rd and long for the Trailblazers. Vikings showing blitz. Stevenson going to hang on to it, but he's not going to get very far as he is hit in the backfield. It's going to bring up 4th down. And after the way the pressure that the Vikings have been putting on, you would absolutely have to punt here. This would pin them back deep in by their end zone in the shadow of their own goal post.
And that just shows you how strong Preston Fegans is right there. He's getting blocked, and mid-block just reaches a hand out there, and not just arm tackles, but basically wraps up the quarterback and allowing the rest of his guys to come and finish him off.
Punt protect formation so that he can get his leg underneath this one. It's going to be allowed to bounce. And then tackle to brought down at the 20-yard line. That's Harkleroad. That was a good kick because he's kicking that ball from the 35-yard line.
Yeah, I don't mind that little bit of a gamble there by Harkleroad because there wasn't anybody right beside him. So he kind of sees that bounce, sees that there's nobody around him, trying to catch them by surprise a little bit, fields that ball, tries to take off, and picks up a couple of yards, but the Blazers did a pretty good job on punt coverage that time.
Those hidden yards of making sure you just get 2 or 3 yards on every return really add up. Handoff to Dowdell inside, who gets tripped up and upended after a gain of almost 7 on that play. It's going to bring up 2nd down for the Vikings. See all the marks on his helmet of all the things that he's done this season.
Yeah, Halloween was last night, but Dowdell here tries to put on his Superman costume and fly over the line and picks up a good 6-yard gain. And I just see the small little shake of the head from Ruben over here to my left.
The intense cringe. That's not nearly as bad as my field goal comment, though. Dowdell again up the middle, out across the 30, down to about the 33-yard line, where he's going to be signaled down for a 1st down for the Vikings. Gain of about 7 on that play as well.
And this is what Tennessee High does best. They can pick up 5, 6, 7 yards at a time. Dowdell's not usually known for those big home run plays. Occasionally he'll get loose, and if he does, he's gone. But Dowdell just consistently picks up 6, 7, 8 yards every carry, seems like.
Harkleroad in motion, who gets the shovel pass. He looks like he's pinned in the backfield by the Trailblazers. Not much room to go there. Might have lost about a yard on that play as well. Number 12 with his hands in the air, if I didn't do anything, is Jaden Kent. Shovel pass right there.
Pretty good blocking there, but he just does not get to the edge and has to try to cut it back in. And before he can, Dylan Murphy, number 4, gap sound, just stays home, keeps his eyes up on the backfield, and then pounces and brings down Harkleroad for a loss.
Good job by the Trailblazer defense funneling him down the line towards the sideline as well to keep him from getting anywhere. Elliott, after a little bit of play action, is going to keep this one. Gain of about 2 on that play is going to bring up 3rd down for the Vikings. Maybe a gain of 3 after you count the loss of the yard from the last play.
Yeah, and you saw number 58 there, big Josh Briggs. He can fill a gap, that's for sure, and he did on that play. You saw Elliott, he saw a gap, and he went to go hit it, and then he just kind of stuck there. And the Blazers doing a pretty good job here on defense, not allowing this Viking offense to move the football.
Back to pass is Elliott, rolling around to his right, trying to look downfield to see if he can find a guy, and that ball is intercepted by the Blazers as Elliott threw into double coverage there. And a little bit short. They're trying to see if he caught the ball in bounds or not. Number 4 there, Dylan Murphy, seems apoplectic about the call because that's going to be a 4th down.
Yeah, they're calling it 4th down. We'll see. I think they may rule, no, he was in bounds when he delivers that ball. And then it looks like he comes down in bounds. And see, watch, you see this play, he's continuing the return, and that's why you see the hit out of bounds. It wasn't a late hit or aggression. It's just he saw the guy come down, but I don't know what they ruled right there. They may have said that Elliott was out of bounds before he threw that ball, but it didn't look like it.
4th and long either way. Back to kick for the Vikings. Low driving kick that goes out of bounds. Let's see where he decides to spot this ball. That one was, I'm going to say around the 35-ish. Hey, there we go.
Yeah, pretty good kick there by Richardson. Not his best. You kind of want to make sure that you get that a little bit more into the field of play because of how long it was in the air. That's probably going to bounce and trickle down to about the 10-yard line if it's still in the field of play. But you don't mind flipping the field just a little bit. It's about a 20-yard difference there.
Trailblazers coming back out on the field. Going to try the offense again here. This is their 3rd series. Not much production so far. In motion is number 13, Walker Bacon. Barton. Quarterback keeper. Number 24 there, Scotty Slagle. Bangs ahead for 2 yards. After he goes off tackle. See the pitch out here.
Quick little pitch, but again, Fegans and Price right there to just close that gap down before he can find anything up in the 2nd level. Tennessee High so gap sound on defense, and their defense is what keeps them in a lot of these ball games. If their offense is starting to scuffle a little bit early, their defense never does, seems like.
2nd and 8 for the Trailblazers out of the pistol formation. Stevenson looking downfield, and he's going to get some pressure. He's got to get rid of it, and he's going to throw it out of bounds. He was outside the box, so that's not going to be intentional grounding, but that is going to bring up 3rd and 8 for the Trailblazers as well. Everybody covered very well downfield.
Yeah, that's more of a coverage play than anything. You see a little bit of pressure there up front. Cooper Boer gets loose, has a shot at him, but just can't quite get that arm wrapped around him, and he's able to leak out of the tackle box, even outside the numbers, and throw that ball away, which was the best decision he could have made at that point.
Yeah, Jackson Norris was the one who made him dump the ball off there. He almost got him there at the end, so it made him throw it just a little bit before he wanted to. We've got the refs they're talking about this play. I don't see any flags on the play. They're waving it off. Yeah. Oh, there is one on the far side over near the 40, and they're going to wave that off. Originally, the way the Vikings were clapping, it was originally against the Vikings. They're going to wave it off, bring it up 3rd down and 8. Trailblazers breaking the huddle. That's a deep huddle, too. That's the full 10 yards there. Stevenson ordering his offense around, back to pass. Got a big stunt going on his screen. Number 20 there, Fleming, not quite able to get into his screen route because he was trying to slow down the outside linebacker. Not quite able to do that either.
Yeah, just kind of disconjointed from the get-go on this play. Nothing working for this Blazer offense. They've been able to gain just a couple yards each drive before being forced into punt situations. Tennessee High's gotten some pretty good pressure right here on the punt, and right now they're not in max protect mode. So we'll see if Tennessee High sends some guys.
Line drive kick. They're going to let it bounce and roll, which is a good call. Great if you're a trailblazer too, because it's going to roll down near the 15-yard line. And they're giving it the huff and puff, make it all the way to the 15. That is another good kick there by Sam Randall.
Yeah, Tennessee High very, very close of blocking that punt. But instead, Bo Utzman makes the right choice of allowing that ball to just roll. And that time the Blazers did a better job of getting down the field quicker, didn't have a chance to catch it off the bounce.
Richardson in at quarterback, hands off inside to Dowdell, who makes it to the 20-yard line, gain of about 4 on the play. They didn't quite spot it on the 15. They put it on the 17.
And that's what Richardson can do, is that you automatically know that he can throws a little more with regularity, and so that automatically kind of puts your linebackers on alert.
They're around to the outside there. Get a good look at the number. Is that Hargle Road?
Yeah, that's going to be Dowdell again. Yeah, okay. Watch this gutsy play right here. He gets tripped up and almost goes down, but he's got enough balance and enough strength right here. Gets twisted around, uses his hand, puts his hand down, stabilizes himself, and then picks up the first down.